Yo, bro, I've been wanting to make this video for a long time now because I feel like this is the most productive I've ever been when it comes to YouTube and doing my work. So recently, I've just been telling myself, like, when there's something to do, just get it done, yeah? Because what we do is we feel like these small tasks that we do are productive, but they're not productive. So I was watching Chris Williamson and Stephen Bartlett speak about this on a podcast. So Chris Williamson listed these things out, and just ask yourself if you have maybe done this yourself. So you're trying to do work, but this is what you're doing instead. You're preparing to do the thing, you're scheduling time to do the thing, you're making a to-do list, you're telling people you're going to do the thing, messaging friends who may or may not be doing the thing, writing a banger tweet about how you're going to do the thing, hating on yourself, hating on other people who have done the thing, hating on the obstacles, fantasizing about the adoration after you do it, reading about how you do it, reading about how others do it, and reading, yeah, that's it. Sorry, I don't know why someone put reading this list. I just had to copy and paste that. So yeah, all of these things, we feel like we're actually doing the task, but we're not actually doing the task. There's a concept called, I think, is like moving the needle. So what task moves the needle, or what task brings the most out of your work? So let's say video editing, like me editing in itself is where I get the best like output. But whereas me just reading a book or scheduling time to do the editing, or watching videos on editing, that's not actually me doing it, because I've realized, and this was the mistake that I was making for a long time, and I learned this from another entrepreneur, his name is Dan Cole. He said, you can gain knowledge, but you need to know how to execute it. So for a long time, I was obviously believing in the fact that, I'm not gonna be a good editor. I'm not too sure what to do and stuff like that. But I said, you know what, I need to just get rid of all those thoughts in my brain and just get started, because the sooner I start, the sooner I can hit my goals. So the more I just dwell on the fact that, I'm not good enough and whatnot, it's never going to help me. So if video editing is something that I enjoy and I like the animations and stuff, why not just start learning? Yeah, the animations are not supposed to be good from the get-go, but it's going to get better and better over time. And it's happened to me before with so many things. So ask yourself about driving, a exam that you've done before. Like, a lot of people, if they were to do an exam maybe now, like their GCSE exam or something now, they will probably do a lot better than when they were in year 10 or year 11. The next thing Chris Williamson goes on to talk about is, he says, we're motivated by the avoidance of discomfort. So what happens is, when there's something discomforting, we would rather do another task, which means we can avoid that task. So any discomforting stuff, we'll avoid it so we can do something else. Sorry, my words, I don't know why, they're not coming out properly today. And then he says, look, if you think about it, how many weird shit have you done when you were supposed to maybe send an email, do like editing, or do copywriting, whatever it is that you do? How many weird shit have you done to avoid that? You probably started cleaning your room out of nowhere. You probably started, I don't know, moving something in your room, whatever it is. Like, we tend to do the weirdest things when we're not supposed to be doing that thing. It's because we're avoiding discomfort. And then he goes on to say there is privilege in pressure. So when, like, a lot of people have said it, and obviously I said it in one of my previous videos as well. I think it was my failures video, where I said a lot of growth comes from discomforting stuff, or a lot of growth comes from failures. And a lot of people just want to avoid failure. And I think when it comes to making money and stuff, people are so, because nowadays we live in such a comforting world where everything is so like close to us, or so easy to us, like everything is easy access. We want money to be easy access as well. So nobody out there is willing to work their arse off to make sure they go and make the money. When I started like believing in myself and telling myself, you know what, I'm gonna go through all the pressures, I'm gonna go through all the like failures that come through, I just started like changing my perspective of money and like content creating, whatever it is, entrepreneurship, business. Like, I just told myself, like, this is something that I need to do. So I'm just gonna get it done now. Like the last few days, like the last week or so when I started my journey, I think this is the most productive I've ever been, because I literally just told myself, okay, it's time to do the work, I'm gonna get the work done. Or like just having this channel helps me so much. Like I know that I need to post every day at 7 o'clock, so I just get the work done. So yeah, I think productivity kills a lot of people in a lot of areas, whether that's your career, in school, college, university. Productivity literally kills your potential, basically. So yeah, man, I think from this video, what you can take is one of the best productivity tip is to just get the work done. And I know it sounds cliche, like people like to have like a planner, or they like to have like, I don't know, people like to do some weird stuff sometimes, but the way I see it is literally just get the work done, because that's what moves the needle. That's what they say. That's what moves you closer to your goal, basically. So that's one tip. And if there was one other tip that I think it works for me, it's probably fasting, because when we eat a lot, I've realized that we're a lot more lazier. Like I don't tend to do a lot of work after lunch, just because I eat a lot of carbs and like chicken and stuff like that, so I can't really do much work. So yeah, that's the other only tip that's worked for me. So these two things, just get the work done and maybe avoid eating, because I just see it as a distraction. And yeah, just use those two skills to really improve or really take your business to the next level. So yeah, hopefully I'll carry on like this. I feel like that's when I'm gonna see the best growth in me, and on my pursuit for this goal as well. And yeah, man, hopefully you found this beneficial, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.